In the realm of supply chain negotiations, highly effective people possess a unique mindset that allows them to navigate complex situations with finesse and achieve optimal outcomes. To truly understand how these individuals think, it is important to delve into the core principles that define their approach. First and foremost, highly effective people in supply chain negotiations have a deep understanding of the dynamics at play. They recognize that negotiations are not simply about reaching a compromise, but rather creating value for all parties involved. They take the time to thoroughly define the objectives and interests of each stakeholder, ensuring that negotiation process is focused on finding mutually beneficial solutions. Furthermore, these individuals possess exceptional communication skills. They understand the power of effective listening and use it to gather valuable insights and information from the other party. By actively listening and asking probing questions, they are able to uncover hidden interest and motivations, which in turn allows them to craft persuasive arguments and proposals. Insightfully, highly effective people in supply chain negotiations also recognize the importance of building and maintaining relationships. They understand that the negotiations are not isolated events, but rather part of an ongoing business partnership. As such, they invest time and effort in cultivating trust and rapport with their counterparts, knowing that a strong relationship can greatly enhance the chances of reaching mutually beneficial agreements. In the real world, the application of these principles can be seen in various supply chain negotiation scenarios. For example, when negotiating pricing with suppliers, highly effective individuals would first define their own cost structure and objectives, and then seek to understand the supplier's cost structure and constraints. Armed with this knowledge, they can engage in a collaborative discussion to identify areas of potential cost savings or value creation. When it comes to selecting the most popular framework or strategy for supply chain negotiations, one that stands out is the principled negotiation approach developed by Roger Fisher and William Ury. This framework emphasizes the importance of separating the people from problem, focusing on interest rather than positions, generating a variety of options, and insisting on objective criteria for decision making. By following these principles, negotiators can create an environment conducive to win-win outcomes. To fully implement the principled negotiation framework, one must start by thoroughly understanding the interests and objectives of all parties involved. This requires conducting thorough research and analysis to uncover underlying motivations and potential areas of collaboration. Once armed with this information, negotiators can engage in open and honest discussions, actively listening to the other party's concerns and perspectives. Next, negotiators should focus on generating a variety of options that address the interests of all parties. This involves brainstorming and exploring creative solutions that go beyond traditional win-lose scenarios. By expanding the range of possibilities, negotiators increase the likelihood of finding mutually beneficial agreements. Finally, negotiators must insist on objective criteria for decision making. This means establishing clear benchmarks and standards against which proposed solutions can be evaluated. By relying on objective criteria, negotiators can avoid getting caught up in subjective arguments and emotions, and instead focus on finding solutions that meet the defined criteria. In summary, highly effective people in supply chain negotiations possess a unique mindset that combines deep understanding of the dynamics at play, exceptional communication skills, and a focus on building and maintaining relationships. By implementing the principled negotiation framework, negotiators can further enhance their effectiveness and achieve optimal outcomes. Building upon the principles of highly effective supply chain negotiators, it is important to explore the concept of power dynamics and how they influence negotiation outcomes. Understanding power dynamics is crucial for negotiators to navigate complex situations and achieve favorable results. Power in negotiations can take various forms, including informational power, coercive power, reward power, legitimate power, and referent power. Highly effective negotiators recognize the different sources of power and strategically leverage them to influence the negotiation process. Informational power refers to the possession of valuable information that is not readily available to the other party. Negotiators with informational power have a competitive advantage as they can use this information to shape the negotiation dynamics and influence the other party's decision making. Coercive power, on the other hand, involves the ability to impose negative consequences or punishments. Negotiators who possess coercive power can use threats or sanctions to pressure the other party into accepting their terms. Reward power stems from the ability to provide incentives or rewards. Negotiators who have access to valuable resources or can offer attractive benefits can use reward power to influence the other party's behavior and secure favorable outcomes.